Welcome to Cora's podcast for mechanical service company owners and operators. We share practical ways to lead with trust, respect, and ownership, so your technicians stay motivated and committed for the long run. Let's get started.
So, if you're running a commercial mechanic service company, you probably know this situation all too well. You've likely spent, a small fortune on some pretty sophisticated scheduling software.
The kind that's really built for centralized dispatch, maximum control from the office.
Exactly. But here's the kicker. Despite all that tech, your field technicians, they might still be frustrated. Maybe job hopping feels frequent, and productivity just isn't where you need it to be. It stagnates.
And that stagnation, it's incredibly expensive. We know there's a severe technician labor shortage across North America. Turnover is high, and the costs just pile up. Lost revenue, recruiting nightmares, onboarding time.
Yeah.
If that default approach, total centralized control, was actually the silver bullet, wouldn't those numbers, those really critical metrics, be improving by now? They're not.
So that brings us to our mission for this deep dive. We really want to challenge that core assumption, that deep-seated belief that good scheduling has to mean total control.
Yeah, let's unpack this idea that maybe, just maybe, ownership is the real key here, not just control.
Ownership, okay.
It's interesting, there's a bit of a historical parallel. If you think back to manufacturing, maybe late 20th century, the whole lean principles revolution.
Lean manufacturing.
Yeah, exactly. The idea seemed radical. Then stop the endless handoffs, the sort of assembly line mentality for everything, and give workers more autonomy over their piece of the process, or even the whole thing.
And the results?
Well, in many cases, productivity basically doubled. It was huge.
Okay, the doubling productivity, that's significant. So how do we translate that concept to field service then?
Well, instead of the office rigidly pushing specific appointments onto a tech's calendar, saying, be here at 9:05, then they're at 11:15.
Which often doesn't account for traffic or a job running long.
Precisely. Instead, the technician pulls work from an available queue. They sequence it themselves, but critically within firm priority deadlines set by the office.
So, they know Job A and Job B need doing by lunch, but they decide whether to hit the closer quicker Job A first, even if B came in earlier.
You got it. It fundamentally changes scheduling from just being an office oversight tool to becoming a technician's ownership tool.
Okay. I can already hear the objections, though.
Oh, yeah. The immediate reaction we always get is, wait a minute, that sounds like total chaos.
Yeah.
How do we manage liability? How do we ensure compliance checks get done if we're not directing every step?
That's the core tension, right?
Yeah.
If the tech is driving their day, how do you maintain quality and standards?
What the sources actually show is, kind of the opposite of chaos. Job timing often improves, dramatically even.
Why?
Because the technician is optimizing on the fly based on stuff the office just can't know in real time. Traffic jams, site access issues, maybe needing a specific part they know is already on their truck from a previous job.
Field realities.
Exactly. And here's something really telling. We observe technicians frequently bypassing the expensive, specialized scheduling software calendar altogether for tools they already trust and use constantly, like Google Calendar.
Wait, hang on. They ditched the fancy industry-specific software for Google Calendar. Why on earth?
Yeah, it sounds wild, but think about it. The specialized software, often too rigid, too many clicks just to sequence a couple of jobs, maybe unreliable GPS integration. Techs need speed and trust.
So Google Calendar is just faster and simpler for them to manage their day.
Bingo. They gain speed, they trust the sequence they built, and they execute faster. And something else happened. When companies started treating techs like professionals capable of planning, word got out.
So morale improved.
Morale, productivity, and hiring. Job satisfaction went up. We even saw cases where unsolicited resumes started showing up because techs heard it was a place that respected their autonomy.
Okay, that's the qualitative side, the feel-good stuff, which is important. But what about the hard numbers, the financials? Did giving up control actually make more money?
The numbers absolutely back it up. We tracked one specific company very closely. They paired this full job ownership and self-scheduling approach with real-time pricing information for the techs.
So techs could see the value of different jobs.
Yes, incentivizing them to optimize not just for time, but for high-value work. The result, they literally doubled their revenue in 12 months.
Doubled revenue. Without adding staff.
Confirmed by audited financials. No increase in headcount, Just change the scheduling model and incentives.
Wow. Okay, so this really points towards rethinking how these service operations are structured. You mentioned models earlier.
Yeah, broadly speaking, we see about 3 models out there right now. First, there's traditional scheduling. Office assigns everything, dictates the day. Still the most common, probably.
Right, the default.
Second, what we call shared control. Here, the office assigns the work orders for the day or week, but the technician manages the specific timing and the sequence.
Can you give a quick example of that shared control?
Sure. So the office might tell the customer, we'll be there between 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. They assign that job to the tech. But the tech decides, based on how their morning went, whether they'll arrive closer to 1 p.m. or maybe 3 p.m., as long as it's within that window.
Got it. And the third model?
That's full self-scheduling. The office sets the priorities, maybe defines some urgent jobs or targets, but the technician plans and executes their entire route from the queue of available work.
And connecting these models back to performance.
The sources are pretty consistent here. Companies using shared control, and especially those using full self-scheduling, tend to be growing faster. They hold onto their technicians longer, and they report higher customer satisfaction scores.
So the takeaway seems to be that the real cost of that old-school centralized scheduling isn't just the software license.
No, it's the lack of autonomy. That's what fuels the job hopping. That's what creates the constant friction between the office plan and the messy reality on the ground.
There was a great quote in the source material summarizing this.
Yeah, it was something like, when we stopped telling techs exactly what to do minute by minute and started letting them take full ownership of their days, something really shifted. That pride they felt, it turned directly into better performance and fundamentally, a better business.
So boiling it all down, the key message for anyone listening, especially in this industry, seems pretty clear. Chasing control without empowering your people with ownership?
Yeah.
It's just proving too expensive, especially for your talent pool.
Absolutely. It's an expensive way to operate.
Which leads us to the final thought we want to leave you with today. Take a hard look at your current system. Is your scheduling process genuinely helping your people succeed, helping them optimize their work in the field? Or is it maybe just helping you, the operator, feel like you're in control? Really consider, what processes might you be unintentionally over-controlling, and what could unlocking some ownership achieve?
That's the end of today's episode. Thanks for listening. Share these tips with your colleagues, and remember to visit ucora.com for more on building motivated, long-lasting teams.